odds of custom zombies coming to consoles just got increased massively. Today we got a brand new article from Ralph's Valve about Modern Warfare 2 and the future Treyarch title potentially launching in 2023. And surprisingly, this information has nothing to do with the fact that it looks like Modern Warfare 2 and the rest of the future Call of Duties are going to be returning to Steam. We covered that in another video, and there's even more information to support that now. Even Steam themselves have been hinting at the fact that it looks like Modern Warfare 2 is returning to Steam, which would allow for custom mods and obviously custom zombies along those lines. But that's not even confirmed the fact that they'd allow custom mods. This has nothing to do with this. The method we're going to be talking about in this video would actually allow custom mods to work on console. It allowed to work on obviously Xbox Series X, PS5, and maybe even the older generation console if they supported on that as well. Now, as we read through this article, I'm going to break it down what it means in terms of an MP player and also what it means as a zombies player. And yes, zombies is actually mentioned in this article. Modern Warfare 2 to introduce a map editor by Ralph's Valve, a very notable and trusted leaker. I'm going to have his Twitter linked below. Maps have become an issue with Call of Duty fans year in, year out. A map's either too small, too big, too complex, or too basic. It's hard finding that balance, and different player bases have different needs. I personally, you guys know, I love small maps. If it's bigger than Shipment, then it's way too big. And there's people who like big maps as well, and I know there's people who will stay away from Shipment at all costs. It's too chaotic for them. But me personally, if it's bigger than Shipment, too big for me. Maps have almost become synonymous with what fans would consider a good Call of Duty title. With that expectations also come pressure on developers to make great map selections for obviously Modern Warfare 2 and future Call of Duty titles. Now here's the exciting part. Call of Duty map editor modified maps ahoy. Now both Infinity Ward and Treyarch have plans with producing a community-led effort incorporating an offline mode, equipping players with the necessary tools for blocking out, mapping, and editing in already existing maps, making relatively simple changes with the focus on altering the gameplay experience, paving the way for creatives to create. Modified maps will allow each creator the option of customizing spawn points, objectives, and restrictions, with the addition of completely changing the scenery of a level and its individual properties, such as crates, containers. Altered maps will be closely regulated. If a creator is approved, they will receive a verified checkmark. Development for this mode was made fairly early in development, originally proposed and presented throughout Modern Warfare 2019's life cycle, with an emphasis on player experience. Infinity Ward plans to involve the community in an effort with the studio to produce the ultimate playing experience. In addition to this newly formed sandbox, Treyarch intends to have it incorporated heavily into their unannounced free-to-play title stated for 2023. So yeah, I know I said this article mentioned zombies. What I meant to say is it mentions Treyarch. It doesn't directly say zombies, but it does say Treyarch intends to have it incorporated heavily into their unannounced free-to-play title slated for 2023. We don't know if this mode's going to be zombies. We don't even know if it's going to happen, but we have got a lot of rumors about this 2023 Treyarch title that is going to be free-to-play. But like it states here, it's unannounced. We don't know if it's officially happening, but there have been a lot of rumors about it, and it does seem like they are trying to implement this map editor into that as well. So what is a map editor? A map editor is not the same thing as mod tools. Mod tools is what we've seen in the past in World at War and Black Ops 3, allowing people to create the custom zombies maps you've either watched or played yourself. A map editor is not quite as powerful as that, so we're probably not going to see as huge experiences like Leviathan or some of the other super crazy zombie maps. But in trade-off, this should allow it to work with PS5, Xbox, and all of the different consoles, allowing a bigger player base and overall maybe a little bit more creativity. From what it stated in here, it's going to allow blocking off areas, mapping, editing already existing maps, changing the scenery, modifying individual properties such as crates and containers, which would be like the items inside of them. We don't really know what extent. It's really up to them and how detailed they go with it of what it's going to allow you to do and change. It can be extremely basic and not allow a bunch of stuff, essentially just cutting off different areas of a match, which would be super boring. But a good example of this would be Fortnite. And I think even Halo has a map editor right now, and some of the stuff people are doing in Fortnite with the map editor is actually super cool. I saw a video by Philly, and he's actually playing a zombies themed kind of mod for Fortnite where it's, I think it's town. He's going through, I mean, there's wall buys, there's perks, there's the mystery box, there's all this stuff, and this was done with a map editor in Fortnite. Imagine what they could do if the next Zombies experience coming out in 2023 or maybe 2024, if they do have this in Modern Warfare 2022, I do think the next Treyarch game, whether it be coming out next year or farther in the future, will probably have this as well, because this, I'm more excited about the Zombies implications of this than I am the multiplayer implications. Even if it's only simple changes, could you imagine if Cold War had sort of tools like this that allowed people to make different things? And even if we do get this map editor and it's in the most basic form ever, only allowing you to do simple things, there's still a lot of replayability that's added with that. If it was in Cold War, we could have done things like the D Machina challenge, where it's Nocturne and Toten, all the like different wall locations are blocked off, so you're only allowed to play in Nocturne and Toten. Could have had wall buys in the normal areas, and the goal would have been survive as long as you can only in the Nocturne and Toten parts of D Machina. So many other things like that. And if it does launch in a super basic form, hopefully they'll eventually build up on it, adding more and more functionality as things go on, allowing crazy stuff like you're seeing in Fortnite. Like, there's so many cool experiences like this. And I don't know about Fortnite, but obviously if this does get added into Zombies, or if it does get added into Modern Warfare 2, these aren't going to be for online lobbies. It said in the article itself it was going to be for offline. That's almost to be expected, because with custom zombies, you're not getting XP in those. Those kills aren't going towards your leaderboard. Anything done in these offline modes don't count for your player statistics, because if that was the case, people would make super simple basic maps that would just allow you to absolutely farm XP, farm kills, farm camos. That's not the point of a map editor. The map editors to have different new experiences to play with friends, kind of like custom zombies that we see in other games. But this isn't just impactful on Zombies. Obviously it's going to have big implications on multiplayer as well. The game it's leaked to be coming out for isn't even going to have zombies, so obviously it's going to have huge impacts on MP. You're going to be able to make like custom maps, change things around. And what we've seen in other games not made by Activision, people have made these modified kind of creator made maps, and they got really popular, and then eventually developers added them into the official game. So if they're working really closely with the creator community, maybe we could see some really newly cool fan favorite maps made, picked up by these custom creators, being added into the official game. Depending on what tools are available in the map editor, we could see some really cool party game modes added as well. Obviously, One in the Chamber, Infection, Prop Hunt, all these normally get added into the official game, but Michael Myers and a bunch of other party games that you'll usually play in private matches with your friends could be added into this kind of custom game mode with these official rule sets, allowing some really cool options. Then there's also that kind of Escape from Tarkov DMZ mode that's rumored to be in Modern Warfare 2 as well. There could be some extremely cool things doable in that mode, maybe making a Zombies-like mode depending on how the map editor works. Obviously, some of these things would require a pretty advanced map editor with a lot of different options available, but this is just the start. If this continues in every Call of Duty and really takes off, this could kind of change the direction of Call of Duty when it comes to things people are playing, because you see a lot of people doing stuff in Fortnite and other games with these custom map editors, even GTA 5 Online. But with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video here. Let me know what you thought about everything covered in this video. Are you excited that we might potentially be getting a map editor in Call of Duty, and maybe even the Treyarch Call of Duty games in the future? If there is a map editor added, what kind of things would you like to see? As always, if you want to be kept fully up to date, and if anything happened with COD, Zombies, any stuff like that, make sure to follow this channel as we do cover it all. If you left a like or a comment, I appreciate that so much. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I want to give a massive thanks to everyone's gone above and beyond and became an Unlock Plus member here on YouTube. We got the GOAT Positive Expert, the most OP Gobblegum ever, Round Robin, the absolute Chad Noah, the most patient man I've ever met, Cody Chapman, and the legend Army Tech Wreck.